What is going on, guys and girls? It's GhostRobo, and we are just done with The Dark Knight Rises. We are just done with the Batman trilogy, and I am here to give you a spoiler-free review. Rather than give you a spoilery review, I figured I might do that a little bit later down the road. But right now, in case you're curious about the movie but don't want to know anything about it, that's where I come in. So this review will have no specific spoilers about the movie. You know the general story. You know Bane and Catwoman are in the film. So there will be that. But other than that, there will be no spoilers. I'm driving home right now from the movie. I saw it in IMAX on opening day, and it was fantastic. The weird part is it feels like a completely different movie from the second film. Because of the tone, because of the style, because of the premise, it very much operates quite differently than Batman's battle with the Joker. And that movie was absolutely fantastic, one of my favorites of all time, and this is just, I don't know yet if I can quantify it as better or worse, but excellent and different. So what makes it different? The plot premise is just a lot more, I guess, in my mind, a lot more of a movie as opposed to a superhero movie. And I know that Batman Begins and The Dark Knight got a lot of praise for being more movie-ish than a superhero movie, and then superhero movies have kind of taken the cue from them to move in that direction. But this one even more so felt like Batman could have been replaced by, you know, Super Cop Man, and it would have been no different. It would have been different. It would have lacked its sparkle, I guess, but it would have still worked as a movie, which I thought was really impressive, that it didn't rely entirely on superpowers or supervillains or things of that nature. Nonetheless, there were definitely a ton of cool moments that I don't want to spoil. Some excellent vehicle sequences, some excellent battles with Bane, some really brutal violence. Man, in IMAX with the sound like just booming, it is super intense. And one thing I will say is that the movie is kind of scary in a weird way. Not scary in that, oh god, there's these horrifying images, or oh god, it's so weird looking, but just like, it's one of the very rare movies I've seen where they basically go all out and say, what if a terrorist force just completely took over a city? And what happens then? And a lot of movies kind of go there, and are kind of eerie in that way, but none take it, or have taken it as far as The Dark Knight Rises takes that scenario, or takes that idea, I think. None that I've seen, at least, and I thought that was really both unnerving and impressive that they were willing to push it that far, and I think it adds a lot of credibility to the movie, because at no point did I feel like this was some fantasy tale. I always felt like it was something that could happen. I mean, obviously there's no vigilante running around, but it always felt like it was grounded in some sort of reality. Catwoman is actually really good. All the fears that people had, I didn't think really mattered much. I think that poof and evaporates, and I think Anne Hathaway did a great job. Bane is just a menace. I was worried that he would be a pitiful villain because he's just a brute. Oh my god, he's like a human juggernaut. Some of the fight scenes, like, he honestly looks like he's a character from Marvel vs. Capcom, just like executing a super, because he's just he's so strong, he's so crazy strong and powerful, and it's just intense. There's some really good mix of calm scenes and intense scenes. It does start off a little bit slow, like a lot of reviews have pointed out, but it really picks up and just kind of builds, and there's so many sequences of just pure intensity, from sound to everything. The ending, without giving anything away, I really like the ending. I'm not even going to say what I think about the ending, because if I do, you're going to have cues, and I don't even want to say what it makes me think, or what it didn't make me think, or anything. I don't want to say anything about the ending, except that I really liked the ending and thought it was really a poignant and good ending. My only complaint, I guess, is there's a couple characters that are a little bit tough to understand. Bane is still a little bit difficult to understand, even though they did clear up his voice quite a bit. And there's a couple characters also throughout the movie who you have to really have your ear completely tuned and open to know what's going on. The other thing, well, I don't even want to spoil this, except saying that, how can I say this without spoiling? Knowing Batman is important to understanding the movie fully, and that's as far as I'll go. But it's something that definitely, if you've only seen this movie, you won't, I think, appreciate as much as if you've seen all of them, and if you know more about Batman even beyond that. That being said, it was absolutely fantastic. You must go see it. It's very long, 2 hours and 48 minutes, and with previews, you're looking at over 3 hours, but it's so worth it. It's so great. If you can see it in IMAX, I definitely recommend that. It's not 3D in any shape or form, which is great, because I actually just prefer plain IMAX. But it's so, just Bane's menace, the intensity of some of the fight sequences, the gravity of the situation is all just enhanced by the booming bass and the gigantic screen that IMAX can provide. So if you have a chance to see it that way, I fully encourage you to do so. If not, it still would be a fantastic movie to see in regular theaters. But Batman Dark Knight Rises gets a 10 out of 10 from me. I will probably post a spoiler-filled video on this in a little bit, but I want to give you guys some time to see it, and that time isn't just last night and today. That time is probably a week or so. So, hope you enjoyed this review. If you want to see more movie reviews and things of this nature, let me know in the comments below. Leave a like if you are excited for Batman. And until next time, guys and girls, have a fantastic day. Drink some hot chocolate, and we will see you all later.